Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Look, football is here. The season is upon us. This is when we really start to talk more about football and less about recruiting. But Tennessee has some targets on the board. They're currently sitting seventh in the country, according to on3.com. They've got a couple of big-time targets out there that they are still working. Guys I've talked about like Jordan Seaton, a four-star offensive tackle, a guy that Tennessee is working to get on campus. Can they actually get him scheduled for that visit? I think it's going to be crucial. Also, Cam Michael is a guy that they're working. Nasir Smith, several targets out there. Cam Fountain, even though he's currently committed to USC, still open to communication with Tennessee. We will see if they're able to get him on campus for a visit. I think that's what's crucial down the stretch for these final targets. But I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. Which should we start with first? I guess first we should do the YouTube stuff. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We are not talking at you. We are talking with you. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you enjoy it, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. It'll be live later tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Come hang out for Talkin VAWLS Live. Also got a fun crossover show coming up today at 12 noon over at Sports Talk Jay's channel. Going to be on Locked On Vols tomorrow morning. All kinds of fun crossover stuff going on with YouTube, so make sure you check it all out. I guess we should start with the bad news, and that is four-star edge rusher Danny Okoye, 6'4", 240 pounds, ranked 159th nationally, top 10 edge rusher according to the On3 industry rankings. And I think when we talk about Danny Okoye, before we get into the bad news here, I think we've almost kind of been spoiled by recruiting at the edge position, right? Caleb Herring, Shandavion Bradley, James Pierce, Joshua Josephs. Seems like Rodney Garner's kind of gone out there and landed two studs in every single class, and now we are seeing the benefit of that. We are seeing a guy like James Pierce out there getting after the quarterback in that Virginia game. And really, when you look at the class of 2024 right now, adding Jordan Ross was absolutely huge. 34th best player in the country, top 5 edge rusher. He's just outside that 5-star range. Absolute stud, second highest rated player in this class behind only Mike Matthews. And a guy that we really don't talk about much at all, they added another edge rusher, 4-star edge rusher Kellen Lindstrom. He's around 334 nationally overall as a player, so that's a solid football player. But you look at a guy like Danny Okoye, 159, top 10 edge rusher. Tennessee been in a very good spot with Danny Okoye. So, Boogie, what's the bad news? What has changed? Well, this is from Chad Simmons. It says, entering September, the buzz was around Tennessee. He had been on campus multiple times, and behind the scenes, the Vols were viewed as the team to beat. He goes on to say Okoye then took his official visit to Norman over the weekend. That was this past weekend. Says there was a buzz while Okoye was on campus that the visit was going well, but now the visit has ended. The visit may have been strong enough to change the leader at the top of his list. So he was supposed to also take an official visit to LSU. He's scheduled to be in Knoxville for an official visit for the South Carolina game later this month. How strong was this visit for Oklahoma? Austin Price, Matt Ray over at VolQuest.com now think that Oklahoma is the team to beat. They are the team out front. Here's some more from Chad Simmons. Says Brent Venables, Todd Bates, and Miguel Chavis are all involved with Okoye. Each spent one-on-one time with the elite pass rusher over the weekend, and the connections got even stronger. Okoye feels comfortable around the staff. He likes the environment in Norman, and he sees an opportunity to get on the field early. That's a conversation that we've been having on this channel via fan call-in shows. We were talking about it last night a little bit during the NCAA stream. The better success you have recruiting, the more we start to see this roster flip. I saw one of you guys tag me on Twitter in a quote from Tony Elliott saying Tennessee's depth and speed kind of caught their football team by surprise. That's a good problem to have. But the more depth you add, a guy like Danny Okoye or some of these elite guys are scared of that competition. They want early playing time. And when they see Joshua Josephs, James Pierce, Caleb Herring, Shandavion Bradley, they don't see a quick path to the field. And that's not saying that Danny Okoye is scared of competition or afraid of competition, but it's just the reality of the situation. You've got guys that have been on campus for a couple of years. They're going to have that spot over top of you. It's going to be hard to come in. You're going to have to really compete and push. So he sees an opportunity for early playing time at Oklahoma. That's something that is a good problem for Tennessee to have, right? When we look at the wide receiver room, it is starting to become bogged down and loaded with talent. Iron sharpens iron. Let the best man win. If the other guys transfer or choose a different school, Tennessee is going to be just fine. Chad Simmons goes on to say, as of right now, Okoye has an official visit lined up to LSU for September the 22nd. He says the visit may be in jeopardy. There is a chance that Okoye could be committed by then. So again, when we talk about possibly visiting for the South Carolina game, what happens there? He says if he does commit sooner than later, it doesn't look like the Vols are in the driver's seat any longer. That has shifted to the Sooners. So that's the bad news. Boogie, what's the good news? Send me out of this video with some optimism, some type of positivity. Well, let's talk about four-star linebacker Chris Cole. This is an elite player. I've posed the question many times. Who do you guys put at the top? Who would you rather have? Chris Cole, four-star linebacker, or Jordan Seaton, four-star offensive tackle? Both elite guys inside the top 100, close to top 50 level players. Who do you prioritize? I get excited when I think about Chris Cole. 6'2.5", 210 pounds, one of the top 5 linebackers in the country. Just so happens to be teammates with current Tennessee commit Peyton Lewis up there in Salem, Virginia. But I've been seeing so many highlights, so many clips from Edwin Spillman absolutely wrecking shop on the high school football field. And all I can think about is Chris Cole, Edwin Spillman, Arian Carter, Elijah Herring, all in the two deep, young, talented, athletic linebackers. Chris Cole is a priority for me. So you may be saying, Boogie, what's the good news? I see Georgia at 74.8%. Well, the decision is coming from Chris Cole. He will choose between Georgia, Miami, Penn State, Tennessee, USC, and Virginia Tech on Sunday. Coming up Sunday, September the 10th. Now, he has taken his official visits to every school on that list during the summer outside of USC and Tennessee. He just wrapped up his official visit to USC this past weekend, and he's going to be on Rocky Top this weekend for the Austin Peay game. That is absolutely huge because he is going into decision day coming off the visit to Tennessee. This coaching staff has a track record of winning these official visits. Will it be enough to get Chris Cole in the boat? Here's what Chad Simmons had to say about it. It says Cole has visited Athens a handful of times, but will not be back between the hedges before he makes his decision. It says Georgia is and has been trending, but now they have to hold off the Trojans and the Vols. It says Miami was at one time viewed as Georgia's biggest competition. Virginia Tech is an in-state program that has been in this as long as anyone. Those two schools are still on his list, and USC will host him this weekend. Again, that was this past weekend. But the school that has become a true contender is the Tennessee Volunteers. He goes on to say Cole sees an opportunity to play early in the SEC at a program on the rise. So again, where the depth is hurting us at the edge position on that defensive line, so many guys at that position, going to help us here at linebacker because you got a couple of upperclassmen that are going to be out the door. Keenan Peely, Aaron Beasley, this is their last season of college football. Now, I feel comfortable with the room. You've still got Arian Carter. You've still got Elijah Herring. You've got some young guys like Jeremiah Thielander. But Chris Cole sees an opportunity to come in and compete and get some early playing time like we are seeing with Arian Carter right now. Chad Simmons goes on to say multiple coaches at Tennessee are in strong communication with Cole, including Josh Heupel, Tim Banks, and Brian Jean-Marie. Next weekend is a big chance for Tennessee to close the gap. So again, just the importance of Chris Cole being on campus this weekend going into the decision. I think that is huge. Tennessee has a shot. What do you think? You see the On3 recruiting prediction machine, you're just going to write Tennessee off? Or do you think that this coaching staff, do you think that Tim Banks, do you think that Brian Jean-Marie can win the official visit this weekend? So again, the bad news, Danny Okoye likely off to Oklahoma. He actually got a Steve Wiltfong crystal ball over the weekend as well. So has that ship sailed? Probably. If he pulls the trigger sooner rather than later, I think the Vols are out of that one, but we will see if he actually makes it to campus for that South Carolina game. Chris Cole going to be in town this weekend. What do you guys think? Who's your priority moving forward on this recruiting board? As always, do me a favor, guys, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door and go check out these brand new shirts. We just dropped these shirts this week. You've got the VAWLS Talkin VAWLS letter shirts, and then you've also got the brand new Colt member shirts. That's what you guys asked for. I said we're a family. You said nope. Boogie, we're a cult. So you can rep some merch that tells everybody that you are a big Orange cult member of the Talkin VAWLS Network. And then we've got the Old Faithfuls, Fuga, Gator Hater, Buck Fama. If you want a more clean shirt, we've got Beat Bama, Beat Georgia, Beat Florida. We've got a shirt that lets people know we are Kentucky's daddy. Appreciate all the support there. As always, thank you to the members of the channel. If you like the content, the videos, the live streams, if you are still listening to this video through the plugs, hit that join button down below. You can give as little as $1 a month, but you keep the light bill paid around here. You give me the opportunity to do this thing full time and bring you as much content as possible. Don't forget, 12 o'clock noon here in just a few hours, we will be over on Sports Talk Jay's channel. Myself, BVD, come hang out. Let's talk some Tennessee football. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.